Yo, what's going on guys? It is KevDog here, and as you guys can see, I finally now have the Nintendo Switch 2. I've been waiting for this for so long. If you guys remember, I actually went to LA to play this thing early and I had an absolute blast. I think this system right here, despite all the pricing controversy, this is going to be one of the best-selling Nintendo handhelds ever. Not just handhelds, consoles ever, but we have it right here and let's do an unboxing. Something else I have to mention, this video is actually partially sponsored by TomTalk because they gave me a Switch 2 carrying case and bag that I'll talk more about later. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but first, how do I actually even open this? Okay, so you do it right down here at the bottom. There's this little flap, and okay, I hate when packages are kind of difficult and stubborn to open and they end up ripping the cardboard. Yeah, I'd say that's probably better. So, oh my gosh. Let's take out this main compartment first. Let's get all this to the side. Here we go. One thing I love right off the bat, this screen takes up pretty much the entire box, and then we have the two Joy-Cons as well. These Joy-Cons are way more comfortable and larger than the normal Joy-Cons. Let's actually take them out and see how they look. Just how I remember. I do actually have a couple pictures on old community posts here on the channel doing a size comparison from a couple months ago. Let's get the other one out too, and wow, I don't know how I really feel about it. The fact that the colors are way less saturated. You guys know from the Switch 1, they had the iconic red and blue that everyone recognized, and now, yeah, it's not really as bright. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It all just comes down to preference, but let's move on to the actual screen now. This thing is huge, and no, it is not an OLED screen. Of course, to indicate what Joy-Cons you're using, there is blue on the left and red on the right. This was the type of back stand that they advertised would go back super far, so let's see if that's actually true. Yeah, it's pretty true. I'd say that goes pretty far back. Let me know, guys. Do you wish the Switch 2 screen actually went back further? I think this is good enough for a back stand. Then we got the wrist straps for the Switch 2 Joy-Cons, and being honest, I very rarely use the wrist straps on the normal Switch. I would use them sometimes because playing a game like Nintendo Switch Sports, I really did not want to throw my Joy-Cons at the TV screen. Let me know though, guys, did you actually use the wrist straps on the Switch 1, and will you on the Switch 2? Now, what else do we have in this box? It looks like we have, I know we haven't opened the charger yet, so let's go right into this. Oh, this is the Joy-Con grip. Whoa, there we go. That actually looks a lot different. I always wish that with these type of Joy-Con grips, there was something like rubber in the back to make it feel a little more grippy because it does slip really easily. I'm not really the type of gamer to get sweaty hands, but if I was, I'd probably be dropping this all over the place. Definitely feels different. I can't say for sure if it feels like an improvement, so I'll have to find out later. Then this right here, this cannot be anything but the dock, surely. And, ooh, new dock, looking sleek. So, at the bottom we could see, I guess this is some type of vent for air. It is curved, it's not using rough edges like the normal dock did for the first Switch. We got the charging port, HDMI cable, and optional Ethernet straight through the dock like on the Switch OLED. Then we have the wall brick if you want to charge up your controller, and I don't remember if this was USB port before or USB-C. It also came with this little cable to use that cord. And something else I bought is the Switch 2 Pro controller. I tried this out when I was in LA, and from what I remember, this is probably the best controller I've ever held. Really, Nintendo? I tried peeling the stickers, and yeah, we got a big rip. It's got this type of charging cable, but that's not what we're here for. This controller was a lot more comfortable to hold. It felt very smooth, if I remember. Oh yeah, I forgot we actually have the two new back paddles that you could assign buttons to, and yeah, this is very smooth. I think from what I've tried out so far, these new thumbsticks are probably my favorite part. They are just so smooth. The controller itself is very smooth feeling too, but right here, it just feels like the cleanest rubber ever. I don't know how else to describe it. We, of course, do now have the new C button too, right there in the middle. Now let's see, how easily do the new magnets work with the Joy-Cons? That actually clicked in pretty well. And let's try the other one. Wow, very sleek looking console. The Switch 2 in comparison to the Switch 1, you could tell this was made for more of an older type of gamer, not a little kid. To take off the Joy-Cons, instead of clicking a button inward, you actually click it outward in the direction that you're gonna pull. Now the other Joy-Con, outward, boom, just like that. Now it's time to try out our new carrying case, which was gifted to me by TomTalk. This was designed specifically for the Switch 2. You guys could see the length comparison and where the buttons line up. First of all, it's very durable. This thing is not flimsy. It will hold its shape well. Let's get it all unzipped and opened up. Perfect room for your Switch 2. Right here is the main area that you'll be setting your console, and then if you flip this part over, tons of cartridge slots. 12 in total. You could put your Switch 2 cartridges in here, or just normal Switch cartridges as well. And right here, you could actually see the button indents. Ta-da! Got your Switch 2, and cover the other end up, safe and ready to zip up. The type of fabric in here is super soft. It's not going to rip up and scratch up your screen. And they also gave me this handbag right here. This unzips right here. It has multiple compartments. Right here, this hand slot doesn't actually go down that deep. See, my hand doesn't go in all the way. Like this, my Switch 2 is in there secured. With this Velcro, it's not going anywhere. That's about it for this video though. Shout out to TomTalk for sponsoring. Definitely check out their products in the links below. It's time to get started on the Switch 2 to make videos for you.